Remix.
Bachelor Nation, will you accept this rose? We love you. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. Podcast. It's a podcast. Podcast. Love is in the air. It's magic. 'Cause love is on the air. On TV. So love is on the air. It's a podcast. Featuring Andy, Sarah, and Glenn. Bachelor Pod, it's the Bachelor Pod, it's a podcast about the Bachelor.
Will you accept this podcast?
Lovebirds, whether or not you are celebrating Valentine's Day now or yesterday, it's time for the Bachelor Pod, the internet's #1 Canadian independent podcast about the Bachelor franchise on ABC. That's the American Broadcasting Corporation, owned by Walt Disney.
The Bachelor, owned by Walt Disney.
Woo-hoo. Yes, we're back.
Bachelor Pod, back for another week. Huge week, this one. Right?
Yeah, big week in Bachelor Nation, period. And before we go on, we just like to share with you our plans for how we're going to deal with all this maximum Bachelor that's on right now, because the Winter Games started this week. And we realized that it's only running for 2 weeks on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So what we're going to try to do is do a special each Friday, or record it on Friday. It'll be in your inbox or whatever you use on Saturday, hopefully. And that'll be our Winter Games coverage, because it's simply too much to handle in one podcast.
Yeah, it's what, 2 hours on one on Tuesday, one on Thursday.
Yeah. So 4 hours a week, in addition to the 2 hours of The Bachelor. So that's simply too much.
Yeah, it's too much to cover all in one thing. So yeah, we'll do a little recap there on Friday. And get that out to you guys. A little weekend listening. Maybe even get back to it on Monday there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm kind of disappointed in the schedule, I gotta say, though.
Me too. It's a weird... I guess it makes sense because they're just trying to take Olympics ratings away from NBC.
Yeah.
And the Olympics are only on for the next 2 weeks. But, man, I don't know. I admittedly, I haven't watched all the first episode of Winter Games yet, but... I don't know. It seemed fun.
Yeah, I mean...
Hey guys, guess what just came to my door?
Uh-oh.
My Valentine's flowers from Andy.
Oh, live on the show.
You guys can get my... Should I open it on air?
Yeah, and if you're at a computer, stop your headphones and go to YouTube, because you can see Sarah opening it.
Let's see what flowers Andy chose for me.
It looks like a purple box.
Oh, it comes in a huge box from 1-800-Flowers. How romantic.
Yeah. Ooh, what do we got?
We see in here, it's got to be roses. My money's on roses.
It's really attached quite well.
Very good.
Wow, what a cool delivery
quite
method.
The box.
Yeah, it is quite the box.
While we're waiting here, I learned today that boxes of roses are in, where you get they don't come in a bouquet. Ooh, this is a classic bouquet. Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it's all really tight. It looked a little bit bigger than that on the website. They really lasted.
Because it's all packaged in.
Yeah, okay.
Here, you guys chat for a second. I'm going to put it in a vase so they don't die. And I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody at my work today got sent a box of roses.
Now, what do you mean by that? Is that like the remember when the Terminator was carrying his gun and he had some roses in it to hide it?
No, because
like that?
The bouquet is within the box in that situation.
Right.
The box is the bouquet. So it's like they have their own little, those stem water things.
Yeah.
And they all of them have one of those. So they're individually watered and they're stuck in the box.
So they're just like, it's like a square box and you got roses sticking out the top of it.
Yeah, and in this case, they were barely sticking out the top, which was a point of contention at work. So apparently they were hot on Instagram. Like if you've been gramming roses and flowers this holiday season, you might have come across them. So keep that in mind next time you're buying flowers, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't want to pump their... I'm more of a fan of a classic bouquet, personally.
Yeah, I mean, I like the bouquet. It's all put together. It's all one thing. It holds together quite nicely.
I mean, where are you going to put that box, right? You can't display that.
Yeah, it probably does. It look nice? Does the box look nice, or is it a?
Yeah, but I mean, maybe I just thought like maybe it is for people who like taking pictures of stuff, because certainly not for being in person. But if you took a top-down photo of that, that would look real nice.
Is it like
So-
are they like on a grid pattern? Like is it
Yes,
very
they are, like,
separated?
yeah.
Oh, that's
Well,
weird.
no, they're all together. They're bunched up.
Okay,
They're
so
not
they
separate.
okay, so they're all together, but it is a grid pattern, a
Yes,
square,
tight grid.
a tight square grid of roses.
Yes, confirmed.
Okay,
So,
that
yeah.
looks I can see that.
So if you listeners haven't figured it out, we are recording on Valentine's Day. This is February the 14th. You'll probably be hearing on the 15th. Hopefully, when you're listening to this, you're either solidifying a relationship you already have, or last night was spent with somebody new who the spark of romance will continue to build a fire throughout the year, much like Ari Lewandike Jr. is trying to attempt on The Bachelor.
On The Bachelor, and this week's episode, I thought was another good one. I gotta say,
Me too.
This is around the time when I start to
Yeah.
lose interest in the show, but we had a very good episode this week, and I am pretty shocked.
I think a lot of that is you can attribute that to the structural integrity of this season as a whole
Yeah.
and this episode. And this is like a fault that's turned into a strength in that Ari we haven't gotten any idea of what he wants or who he wants, really. He bounces back and forth. Like the date with Lauren B at the beginning, he was like, I don't think I see a future with her. And then like 20 minutes later, he's like, I love her. Well, not love,
Yeah,
but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he gives so little on these dates about him personally that it's so hard to tell how he really feels about everyone. And like this week, we saw the demise of Becca M, who was a fan favorite and someone a lot of people thought were going to go to the end. And he dumped her like last night's
Old
phrase?
roses. I don't know.
Old roses.
Old
Yeah,
shoes.
dumped him like February 16th moldy roses from February 14th.
Yeah.
So I think that sort of unpredictability, coupled with the fact that this was another one of those episodes where, despite there not being a rose ceremony, Harrison comes out right at the beginning and just lays it out. Here's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
And I love that.
Now we had a bit of a snafu where I didn't see a portion of the beginning of the
That's right.
episode
Yeah.
because for some reason on the Canadian channel, so not all Canada, like we can still watch The Bachelor at 8:00 here in Canada, but if you're watching it on City TV, you watch it it comes on at 7, and then on ABC, just like in the States, it's on at 8:00. Well, because of our setup, we got like an antenna, and that's usually great, and like coupled with what you would think is like a good little like online cable thing, you'd be able to watch anything you want, but that's not true. I don't get ABC for some reason because of weird like I don't know, mobile streaming laws. I can't stream ABC anyways.
A lot of digital rights.
So anyways, I
complications.
ended up missing
Yeah.
the first bit, but I did see the date with CN. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
but that's another, like another, like what you were saying. I thought that date was going pretty good. And
Yeah,
then,
and then it's like it turns on a dime.
What? All of us, it's like I was like, oh, would he even like up to the point when he took the rose out and picked it up? I was like, well, yeah, she's getting it. Like she's getting it. I was like, I'm surprised she's getting it because I thought she was going to be one that was going to be gone this week. But like, I was like, oh
Me
well,
too.
she's getting it. I guess good for her.
Yeah.
But then he like totally turned on a dime, like you said.
I figured she wasn't going to get it purely because I figured they'd have 2 roses available for that final 3.
Yeah.
Which ended up happening,
That's
which
good.
was pretty cool. It was like a little 2-on-1.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I didn't see the beginning. I didn't know who went on the first date and
Oh,
what happened
right.
with it. So
Yeah.
I was like,
It was awesome because Harrison came right out and laid it out. He's like, there is not going to be a rose ceremony. There's going to be 4 dates, 4 roses, and that's going to determine who goes to hometowns, which is awesome.
That is
Hello.
awesome. I like that. Hello.
Sarah's back.
So do you want to see them? There they are.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so nice.
Oh, real nice. Out of the pack.
Yeah.
Real nice.
I love you, babe.
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I love you too, Andy.
Will you be my Valentine again?
Okay.
Yes, I got one.
Do you guys remember that Roses commercial that used to always be on? Was it for 1-800-Flowers? I don't remember, but it was always like, I always remember that one part where the guy goes, 12 long stem roses.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then he
yeah.
counts the price. I don't know. Does anyone remember that?
I
It
do
might have been
remember
a
that.
regional
I
thing.
do definitely.
Might have been a WUTV Buffalo thing. I don't remember. Called 5 Flower? Was that it?
5 Flower. That's it. That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
gotta
gonna do-
I gotta
I'm
say,
gonna do a count right now.
Oh,
How many
okay.
roses did you get me?
I don't even know, honestly.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Were you just like that one?
Yes,
You got me roses. Roses are nice.
I know.
Roses are rare.
I gotta say, I do have to big up 1-800-Flowers a little bit here. While their website may look like kind of outdated and in badly need of a modernization, their system is runs pretty flawlessly, and their prices are great.
Yeah, like flowers, like
little
getting roses delivered is usually expensive.
And I've had to
We're
do this before, where I get Sarah flowers delivered because we're not together on Valentine's Day, and when you try to do it like really locally, like a local flower shop, like they're so busy usually.
Oh, yeah.
And
You got to go with a big outfit. Like
yeah, they're
100
so
flowers.
like
They
they're
got warehouses across the country.
exactly, and yeah, they're able to lower that price as a result too. So
Yeah, Liv's pretty cynical about, we're not super lovey-dovey, but even she admits she likes getting flowers. So
I love getting flowers. 18 roses.
that's it. Yes,
beauty.
That seems right.
That's a more than a baker's dozen. Not bad.
That's great. They're very pretty.
So,
Thanks, Andy.
Sarah, did you see the
I
beginning of
take
this
your
episode?
rose.
Oh
I
yes, do
take
you
your
accept this rose?
Yeah.
I do accept 18. I am 18 women. Which actually happens at the beginning of this weird show we all watch.
Yeah, that would be a good name for an album. I am 18
I am
women.
18
I
women.
am 18.
That could be like a Melissa Etheridge album.
It's like I'm Every Woman, the Whitney Houston song, but not.
18
I'm 18 women.
women.
It's an illusion. You think I'm one, but I'm 18, baby.
Oh, I like that. Like, it's actually like a weird...
Yeah, like a
it's not
magic
like-
show. Yeah.
It's not like you can be anything. It's like, no, you're clones.
Yeah, pure clones.
I'm one of 18 women. There's 17 others of me.
I'm a clone. Guess who I don't know.
Yeah, no, we're
Guess
good.
which one I'm a
Guess-
clone. Guess
Guess
one I am.
Number 16. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
We just wrote a brand new parody song.
Yeah.
Stamp it. Sing it
Sarah,
out.
we were talking about the beginning of the show and
Okay.
how we like this
Did you catch
episode.
it? Did you catch the beginning, Sarah?
Did I catch the beginning? I certainly did. And what happened?
So, okay, well, we talked about Chris Harrison very skillfully explaining what was going to happen on the show, where there would be no rose ceremony, 4 roses, hometowns at stake, which we agreed was a great move. Harrison's been active. He's been keeping us up to date. The show's been very solid in terms of its structure. And then we got our first date, which we haven't started talking about, with Becca K, who Liv and I have taken to calling Beckak.
Beckak is great.
So Beckak and Ari went on, they're in Tuscany. We forgot to say that. They went to a town called Barga, Italia, and they did some fun datey stuff, including buying bread from a man who certainly did not sell bread normally where they bought it from. It was obviously set up by production in the middle of a deserted square. But anyway, it was pretty standard. The whole thing was just that they needed to rekindle the romance after they'd been apart, quote unquote, for so long, because she had the first date of this whole season.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. There was nothing much other than that. I don't know. They kissed.
Yeah, I was with a group of people and people were chatting. So I was like, it doesn't matter because nothing's happening. Like, it was like, I don't really need to know what's going on here. There's
no
nothing.
drama. And if you thought like Becca wasn't going to get a rose, then you're not very smart, because Beckak is one of the top competitors right now. And I hope you guys all paid attention to Ari's move that's become so predictable that I called last week, where he starts with the face touch, moves to neck, and then drifts to boob, which he did so many times this time.
He was even doing that with CN when they were sitting around eating dinner with that family.
That was weird.
That was
CN
weird.
got fucking screwed. Like all the other dates were like, let's stroll around Italy. Beautiful parts, and then CN was forced to talk to a family of strangers.
Yeah.
Without him even there.
And like questions that really make you feel stupid for being on the show.
Definitely.
Like, how long have you been together? Are you in love? It's like, well, he's been dating, 15, 20 other women this whole time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That was stupid. I mean, Ari said that he's falling for Bekak, and he can't wait to meet her family. It was all very beige. Nothing much happened, and Ari continued to kiss her at any given opportunity.
Of course.
There's a theme here.
Can I say something before I forget? I did send Andy something in the mail, and it's coming at least before 9.
Ooh, guaranteed.
So it's not just like men do things in our life. I do things too on Valentine's Day.
Nice moves there.
You know what? Why not?
Well, I may be at work when that comes. We'll see.
Yes, he also might not be at home when it does get delivered.
Which, speaking of which, we got to get going here because I will have to go soon.
Oh, yeah. And I got to do my Valentine's Day of ordering rotisserie chicken with Liv. Meanwhile, while this was going on, Jacqueline started having some doubts, which led to her eventually visiting Ari's chambers and basically calling things off.
Loved it.
I mean, good move by Jacqueline, I guess. If she's not feeling it, she's not feeling it. But yeah, she was really upset.
Yeah, guys, wait, what? She just quit?
Yeah, she quit.
Yeah.
She had her doubts, man.
She was like, you know what? I would like to go to school and not live with an elderly man. So she thought, I'm going to leave Ari.
Yeah, she wasn't confident in her feelings. I think she just realized. I don't know. It was a good, smart woman move, which we all knew of Jacqueline. But yeah, I guess, I don't know. I support it, quite frankly.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I respect that move. Did she say, was it because she had to go, like, was it because there was something else she wanted to do? Like...
I think she wasn't super specific, and honestly, I was tuning out a bit at this point. But it was the whole thing about a quote from her is like, "I wonder how did I get here? Like we didn't have a base or foundation. Like if she ended up marrying
It was
him.
casting.
Like,
you were basically cast into this marriage, which is essentially what happens in the show.
Exactly.
Yeah, I understand. I understand feeling that way. I think that's the way most normal people would feel.
But she still kept kissing the shit out of him as she was leaving. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of these women do lust after him.
Yeah.
That kissing bandit thing. I don't know. Maybe he is a really good kisser.
I mean, everyone says he's very good looking in real life also. You can say what you will about him watching on TV, but...
Yeah, and there's...
pillow lips.
Pillow lips, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, he's practiced more than enough.
Anyways, I'm sad to see Jacqueline go, but it's nice that she left on her own terms.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not in like an angry way or anything like that. So like I like that. I respect that. I think that's a good move.
I'd love to see her in a future iteration just because I want to see more of her, but I don't know if she fits on Paradise or anything else really. You should go get your PhD and live a fulfilling life with a smart man.
Yeah.
Basically.
Avoid
an idiot. He's an idiot.
Avoid the Instagram shit. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go get your PhD and become a respected member of society.
Oh, I just I remembered on Reddit there was something about a producer went on some podcast or an ABC exec and there were some tidbits about everything. And apparently from that, there is like people in The Bachelor are like, yeah, Ari's not that good. Like they say that 5 years ago they wanted him to be it, but that was too early. And then now it's like it's too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he just, I mean, really, look at his performance. It's been bad. He hasn't played ball during dates. He's done nothing but just kiss people. The only piece of personal information, at least that they've shown, is that whole him getting dumped by that woman who miscarried. Other than that, we don't really know much about him.
Yeah, that is true. He hasn't mentioned Courtney at all.
No, and he keeps saying he wasn't in love, and I'm like, I think they were in love, and they dated for a while.
Yeah.
Like, they dated for longer than he was ever with Emily.
And that's who he keeps talking about.
Yeah,
it makes me feel like
it's so fake.
Yeah, exactly. It makes me feel like it is a bit like put on. All his like, oh, I was so in love. It's like, were you?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying that because Bachelors, you get people feeling for you when you say that kind of shit on TV.
I think in the same interview thing, it was mentioned that they knew they had to get a good cast of women, which they totally did. Like I think the women have been great this season. And another thing was that a lot of Crystal wasn't going to make it, and then one producer was really pushing for her, and it turned out to be a good idea because she brought some much needed drama to the proceedings.
Yeah.
And in something else, this was, I think, a separate thing. This is a good segue. Someone mentioned that the reason why Lauren B and Ari's date in Paris seemed so bland and boring, where they weren't talking, was because they were making out the whole time, and they couldn't get any other footage of them like with their hands off each other, other than the really boring stuff of them between makeouts. I don't know if that's true. That might be a rumor,
which is
but
telling.
It makes sense.
Also,
yeah,
like that. It's telling in that like he's obviously very physically attracted to her, but like they don't have. Do they have much of a connection? I mean, what happened on this date? Tell us about this.
I don't know what did happen.
What happened?
I can't even remember. They went to Lucca in Italy, and they did.
I just kept waiting for her Southern boyfriend to show up.
Yeah, I know.
Thought that must be what happens, and and it was so boring. And I was like, and the one big thing that happened is she said she was falling in love with him, and he had to walk away into the woods.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then
she was like, I'm falling for you, like I'm falling in love with you, or whatever she said. And then he's like, I gotta take a minute. And then he just walked into a clearing in the woods and walked.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
He said he was just nervous because I feel vulnerable with you, and to hear you say that you're falling for me makes me really, really happy. I really do see something between us. I'm falling so deeply in love with you. It's crazy. Yeah, he right before the rose was to be presented or not presented, he left, making you think that he was just gonna dump her, and then he did not dump her.
Is Lauren B gonna win this?
She might. Me and Liv were talking about it. I think you gotta say she's top seed right now.
I think it's Becca.
Really?
Becca.
I mean.
Yeah, I feel like they're giving her the Catherine edit.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Well, they're giving Kendall the Catherine edit though too. Don't forget. The late strides.
Yeah.
Liv and I were saying this top four is like, it really is anyone's game, at least the way they've left it.
Tia's not going to happen. Tia's not going to happen.
No, I don't
think so.
No,
Tia's not happening. No way.
Tia's too, like, he threw Tia a bone.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, they have nowhere near the physical connection that he has with all these other women.
Oh, well, what about Kendall? I think he's got more of a connection with her than Kendall. I don't know what Kendall's still doing on the show, to be honest with you.
I think it's Lauren B because they're both so boring. Like we also started calling Lauren B Lauren Boren, which makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the letter B. Anyway, they just.
It's no Beccack, but it's okay.
It's exactly. It's
Lauren
Beckham.
They're just so. I mean, and Ari shouldn't be boring. He lives kind of a neat life, or he did. He was a race car driver. I mean, now he's a realtor in Scottsdale, which doesn't exactly scream excitement.
What are you talking about?
You could see them being married. The other ones, like Beccack, is too good for him, and I think Kendall is too.
I think Kendall is. I don't know about Beccack. I think Beccack's got a. I don't know. Whatever.
They're both.
I'm not that impressed with Beccack.
Let's talk about the bread scale.
Yeah,
Where are they on the bread scale?
Kendall's like a toasted piece of bread to me with like some kind of nice.
I'm seeing a rye slathered in mustard.
Oh
yeah.
See, I'm still something a little sweeter.
Rye. I think there's some sweetness to it, but I think there's some savory
jam,
elements
like
too.
a double fruit jam,
double fruit.
See, Beccack's a sweeter bread for me. Maybe a challah bread, something along those lines.
She's like a toasted piece of white bread for me, and Lauren B is a piece of white bread.
Oh, Lauren B is.
I say Weight Watchers bread.
Lauren B is like a nice.
Lauren B very small bread.
At least is a nice kind of bread though. It's more like one of those artisanal white breads. It's like.
Nah, I don't know about that.
She's a Weight Watchers for me. She's so boring.
Weight Watchers.
You can't.
Weight Watchers bread. It's very small.
I don't know what that means.
I do.
In our made up bread scale, I don't know where that falls.
It's bad.
It's bad? Okay, it's bad. I thought you meant it was something good.
No, it's the most boring bread. The most boring bread.
Well, she's not. I guess she is the most boring. She really is.
She is so boring.
She's so boring. You're right.
The most exciting thing about her in this episode is that she wore green pants.
Yeah, and that she had a backless dress, and you could see her.
Yes.
Back. Oh, there was also something about they asked that guy, the ABC exec, why there weren't any hot tub scenes, and it's because Ari didn't have a chance to work out as much as he wanted, so he didn't want to show his body off.
Yeah, because it's a cartoon body of Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
When that shirt lifts up. Sure.
Lauren B at least has some butter on her bread, I think, though. That's the thing.
No.
She does. That's still very boring, but it's like she's very pretty, right? So that's where the butter comes in.
Oh, interesting.
No, it might be. I think she's a piece of damp bread.
The prettiness lens might convince me that it's an artisano white bread.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
That's like the flour on the edge.
Yeah, flour on the edges. No butter? Okay, flour on the edges, though.
Flour on the edges of the bread.
All right, fine. We'll land on flour on the edges. She's a piece of white bread with flour on the edges.
So what's Tia then? I'm saying like a really boring piece of like a whole wheat, but with like peanut butter and banana on top.
I think she's just a piece of whole wheat bread.
Who?
Tia.
No, untoasted?
Untoasted.
Oh, Tia's a kind of like a weird bread.
Maybe like a pumpernickel?
She's got that accent.
Maybe
a pumpernickel. Sourdough. I like a sourdough. Maybe like a sourdough with like some marmalade on it. Ugh.
Marm.
Yeah.
Magic word.
Oh, dear! You've said it!
Nice one, Sarah.
You've said it on the podcast without even referencing me. You didn't even mean to, dears.
Oh,
who said mom? Well, who's mom? I'm mom.
While you're here, we might as well get a few questions in.
I didn't mean to get you here. I don't know.
I assume you're watching the Olympics.
Oh, yes, dears.
Great Britain.
Go Great
Britain! Got some people in there. What's your favorite sport?
Oh, my favorite sport, dears. Why, that's the mom toss.
What?
The mom toss, dear. That's where the competitors grab a frozen jar of marmalade and huck it into a lake as far as they can.
Shit, man.
Longest wins the gold medal. Do you know who the current world record holder in the mom toss is?
You.
Me! It's me!
You knew it. God. You're just a liar. I bet you don't even eat marm. I bet this is all a lie.
Whoa. I'll fucking kill you if you say that again. I eat marmalade every single meal of every single day.
I think you just want to be like Paddington Bear. He's really hot right now.
Oh, that's my favourite bear. That's my favourite bear, dear. Paddington.
You got any Valentine's Day plans? You going on any hot dates?
Yeah, I've got a date. I've got a date from Tinder. It's the older people's version of Tinder, but I've got it. I'm meeting a gentleman. I'm going to show up wearing nothing but marmalade on the date.
Get out of here.
Sexy time. Good day, dears. Marmalade alone.
Oh, wow. I did not think that was going to happen.
Big mistake, Sarah. Big mistake.
I got knocked out by some old lady who jumped in through my window.
Damn.
Wow.
It was MM Muffins.
Oh, yes, of course it was. Muffins.
Well, let's talk about Cien's date. We mentioned it a little before, but it was total bullshit. Like, I think Ari knew he wasn't going to choose her anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that even really was a factor. But the part where they got to look for truffles with those cute scruffy dogs was pretty good. Love those scruffers. Those dogs were cute.
Yeah, those dogs were. One was a puppy.
Pure pup?
I think it was maybe a few-month-old pup.
Yeah, I like the brown one. That thing was cute.
Yeah, the brown one. That was a pup.
I thought it was pigs who were supposed to hunt for truffles, but man, dogs must be way cheaper than pigs.
Yeah.
Easy to train too. But
are they?
Some
pigs are smart.
Truffles.
Pigs are smart.
What? They're smart?
Pigs are smart. Yeah,
Doggies?
Yeah. Pigs.
Yeah, they're pretty smart.
Pigs.
They taste good too. Uh-oh.
South Korea Olympics.
What? No, we're talking about pigs, Glenn, not dogs.
Oh, whoops.
We're talking about
I was talking about
Jesus.
No. Look, there was a story circulating today about a Canadian athlete who rescued a dog from being eaten.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's true. So
man.
I didn't just pull that out of my ass and was being culturally insensitive. It is real, and people do it there. So
It is
whatever
true.
do you guys.
Can we talk about the Olympics just quick? Virtue and more. If you want to talk about love, if you want to talk about a love story that we all need to happen, it's the two Canadian dance skaters. Oh, buddy, I just need them to fall in love. That dance was hot. She had her crotch in her face.
Yeah, they're the epitome of platonic love, and they've known each other since they were like 5, and they're both so cute and so good. Anyway, you Americans, check that out.
Yeah, it was good. Their dance was to Moulin Rouge songs, and it was fucking amazing.
Baz Luhrmann himself tweeted his support of it. So
are you serious? Oh my god!
Serious.
That just gave me a chill.
There you go. There you go.
Baz Luhrmann gave you a chill.
Not just Baz Luhrmann, a tweet from Baz Luhrmann.
Oh, buddy.
You're loving it.
So back to CN. She was really not that into going to Scottsdale to live the rest of her life, which I mean, again, I think this was all predetermined, but if not, that must have been the final nail in the coffin when Ari heard that.
Where's she from?
Yeah. Long Beach, I think it says here that I'm looking at.
Yes. I wonder if she lives there. She probably lives in LA. I mean, not like he wouldn't move to LA. Are you kidding?
I know, exactly. Why else would you be on this stupid
Like, why do
show?
they always insist on making this a big deal?
I know. That's true. Well, although then again, what's her name from Montreal seemed to want to stay in Montreal.
I mean, that's different. When the contestants don't want to move, I understand that. But like the Bachelor is moving to LA, or at least going to be spending a lot of time in LA. Like,
oh yeah,
Chris. I think if Chris Soules stayed married to Whitney, they would have lived in LA, right? Like they would have been on stuff. It's because but instead they broke up. It was Whitney, right? That he was with. Was that her name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe someone, whatever her name was. They would have stayed there, but instead they split up, and he went back to Iowa and killed a guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did he ever get acquitted?
He asked to be let off the charges, and I don't know if he did. I saw that headline and then was like, I don't want to read this.
No, fuck that. Too dark. Well, needless to say, CN did not get a rose, to nobody's surprise, setting up a 3-person date, a tri-date, with 2 roses on the line. And going into this, I was pretty convinced Tia was not going to get the rose. And
really?
Boy, was I wrong.
I thought it was Kendall.
During their date. Yeah, there we go. I thought Kendall had enough heat to do it. They headed to this Villa Royale. And the big thing was that Tia threw Becca under the bus.
Big time.
Yeah, it was weird. Why in your last moments? Like, that's when it turns into a competition.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird move. I do appreciate that she told Becca about what she said to Ari after the fact.
I think she felt guilty right away.
I hope so.
Oh, man, what did I do?
Yeah, it was a strange move. And I mean, she didn't really tell Ari anything he didn't already know, right?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, I mean, like on one hand, I thought it was like kind of a shit move, but on the same side of things, like it wasn't any kind of new information. It's like Tia thinks Becca's not ready because she's 22 years old. Well, guess what? Everyone who meets Becca, who sees her on this show, thinks that too, right? Like, yeah, that's so. Like, I wasn't like so. I don't think Tia's like so bad for saying that, but it is a weird thing to bring up. Like, it is like I think it's so obvious. It's like, why did she waste time talking about that?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Yeah, it's true. I started following Becca on Instagram last week, and seeing her pictures, it's like, there's no way those two would have gotten married. Like, her pictures of like hanging out with like a teenager, like in people's basements, and with like these like potheads in a head shop in Sacramento. Like,
oh yeah, I don't. Listen, I didn't think he was going to let her go, but is it the right move? Absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Oh, and before I forget that, again, I'm going back to this interview thing I read. Apparently, the whole thing about Crystal in that bus was about, what's his name? Peter.
Yeah.
Who confirmed that one?
The guy, the ABC exec.
Oh, right, that guy,
yeah. So back to Becca. Now, when Ari dumped CN, and I think even Jacqueline, he didn't cry one bit, and that like especially with CN, it seemed like it was a breakup from like week 3 with how little
Yeah.
emotion he showed.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because it
like,
was because like they weren't getting close at all.
Yeah.
Like,
which begs the question, how did she last that long?
well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think she truly was the Tanner of this one. She made it through that because she's nice. She's good looking.
Very pretty.
She's pretty. Everyone in the house liked her. Like, I think it's just
Super
easy to
smart.
keep that person around. It's like, well, I like these 4. And then it's just a matter of like, well, this 5th person is going to stay until the 5th person goes, I guess. Like, I might not have any feelings for them.
Right. And I guess I was paying more attention to Becca, but did Ari shed a little tear after he dumped Becca?
He did.
I think he did.
He was crying
yeah.
when he let, yeah.
And Becca seemed pretty broken up. Classic dumpage. I mean,
Yeah.
she's probably only been in like 3 relationships, so.
Yeah, for sure. Only that.
And now, like, I mean, I think she's gonna try to become an actress and skip the Instagram game. But I mean, if that doesn't work out, she'll be back in Paradise for sure.
Rachel Lindsay wants her to be the Bachelorette.
Oh, she's
That's
a little
interesting.
young to like be putting up.
Yeah,
As, like, she has to find a man to marry.
that's yeah, exactly.
Like, she definitely came on the show as a lark. She didn't come onto it as like, I need to get married.
Yeah, anyone questioning her motives is probably right.
Yeah, but everyone's
comes in
motives
what
are
Tia
that.
was saying. Yeah, exactly.
Like, Ari's motives were that when he first did
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
of course.
I read this article on, well, I guess not article, people talking about Ari at their universities on Reddit. Wow, disgusting.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He's like he slept with like countless 18-year-olds.
Oh boy.
What
Surprise there.
What a sleazeball.
Him and Jeff
Piece of
from
shit.
his season would be
That's
each other's wingmen. They would
Jeff
come
Bonnet.
like every weekend to their parties.
Ugh,
Ugh.
Yeah.
nasty.
So just let's keep that in mind. He's a piece
yeah,
of
definitely.
shit for sure. Because she's well done not to be with him, that beautiful young angel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
We haven't talked at all really this season about who's going to be the next Bachelorette. So why don't we start hedging some bets right now? Who do you guys think is the front runner?
I just started thinking about that because you mentioned it. I don't know. I think at this point I'm like, could it be Kendall? Like, what a weird choice, but I think it could be her.
Could be an oldie. Could be an
an
oldie.
Could reach back. Yeah.
I'm leaning toward Tia right now.
Yeah,
to be
Tia.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tia might, like, she's got that Raven influence. She's got
Yeah,
the
exactly.
girls, you know.
Yeah.
they're all-
Yeah.
There's some other like really lovely, like that Jen that was like dating Nick on the Paradise. She's really
Jennifer.
pretty. Andy Dorfman. Andy Dorfman could come back.
She's single.
I
yeah.
just like, I just wish they do just for one season. Just try it, going back to getting a stranger, like someone we don't know. Be so, like refreshing. But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do it.
You know what's weird?
They're
I'd
so
rather see them do
set in
that
their
for
ways.
a guy than a girl.
Interesting.
I would,
Well, the women have better personalities generally. Whenever they
Yeah.
announce a dude, it's like, ugh. Usually with the women, you get excited, like Rachel. Or,
Yeah.
who was before that? I remember Dorfman, like
Caitlyn. Yeah.
Caitlyn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like I'd rather.
I want
I'd
a
like to see
CN for a
Kendall.
Jacqueline. I like Jacqueline.
I like Jacqueline.
I
Yeah.
like CN.
I'd like to
yeah.
see CN. I'd like to see Jacqueline. I'd like to see Kendall. I'd like to
Becca.
see Becca. I mean, Becca M's not going to do it because or maybe they're not going to ask her just because I think she's too young. But I mean, maybe they will though. Who knows? She was a big hit.
Big hit.
Yeah.
I could see. Anyways, I'm interested in seeing all of those women.
Maybe a Becca Tilly.
Go back to Becca T. Yeah.
She's very popular.
I
Becca.
don't remember who she is. Beccat.
She was,
JoJo's best friend.
and but wasn't she in Chris Soules' season, right? Yes, she was. Yes, I remember her going to Iowa and being very wowed by everything.
Yes, she was his second choice.
Yes, second choice. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I of this group though, I'd say if the person, we're assuming they don't get picked, obviously. I think if Becca K doesn't get picked, she'll probably be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think she's
so?
gonna get picked, so I think it's gonna be Kendall.
Okay.
I would love Kendall. What a wild
I know
ride.
Kendall would be so funny.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I definitely support that.
What are you doing there, Sarah? Just cleaning your deodorant for us all to see, or what? Yeah, what's
Gotta do
on
what you
there?
gotta do.
Looks like you got some
Valentine's
crud on
Day.
there. What is that?
That's just from my armpit from the shirt.
Is it like lint? You got
My
lint all
last
over your
shirt I
deodorant?
wore,
That's gross.
It's all over.
Clean that off. What are you doing? Sorry, everyone, but Sarah just, if you're watching the YouTube video, Sarah just definitely just doing stuff on her desk there. Anyways, let's get
It happens. It happens. You got to fiddle.
I'm fiddling like crazy. I got a headache, guys. I got a headache. I'm trying to distract myself. It's hard.
We always say we're so good at predicting who's going to win this, but in all of our picks, we each picked 4 people. So that's 12 contestants total. Only one is left, and that's Bekak, and she was my number 3. That's bad.
That's
we
pretty
did
bad.
bad this time.
We did bad
this
this year.
time, yeah.
This year we like really.
But
threw
this
it
time,
away.
I was talking to a friend of ours, and she was saying that she had the same thing. She thought, I think, who's the person we picked there, Glenn? She was first out of the limo.
Annalise?
No, not Annalise.
No, she was masked. Caroline?
Caroline, that's it.
Yeah.
She was saying that her and her sister who were watching together were like, they thought Caroline was all the way. They thought Caroline was going to win.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people felt that. And I think there was a lot of that this season. And I think it's one of the reasons the season's been so good. I think Becca M going this episode I did not see that coming, and that's great for the show though. That's awesome.
And it looks like, I mean, they want us to believe this, though they haven't done as much trickery, it feels like, this season either. Like purposeful, like there's been the standard stuff. But anyway, they're leading us to believe that next week at Hometowns, every visit is bad.
Yeah.
And has a dad that's like, if you break your heart, I'll
see
fucking
the
kill you.
editing. Yeah, I could see the editing though. Like a lot of dads, I bet Danny's like, but I give you like.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
In America.
Yeah,
yeah, it's true. I think it stands. It still stands that whenever they try to convince us of something, the opposite is true.
Right. Yeah. Usually what happens is like 3 out of 4 give their full-on blessing after a little bit of a rocky road. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
It does sound like that one. Who is it? Is it Becca? Becca's mom and dad seem very dead set against it.
Oh yeah.
Like
that's true.
They don't seem to be into it at all.
And it's got to be it's Southern Boyfriend next week, or is it going to be even further? Like
I don't know. They
I
teased
think
it.
it's in the hot weather.
They definitely teased it for this episode, but yeah, that didn't happen, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. But a lot of drama to come. I'm pretty excited about this home stretch, quite frankly.
Usually it's boring by now.
Exactly. This is usually the dull part. So, yeah, pretty good. I was going to ask you guys this. When we talked about the Backstreet Boys, it was a good question that I think everyone should try asking at their next party.
Mm-hmm.
The Spice Girls were in the news recently. Who is the leader of the Spice Girls? I'd say this is a little easier than Backstreet Boys.
We brought this up. Oh no, I thought about it and the answer came too easily to me. It's Jerry.
That's what I said automatically too, but I think there's a case for Mel B.
Yeah. I did think of Sporty afterwards.
No, he's saying Mel B. Mel B is scary. I think
either Mel, really.
Yeah, the Mels have the next strongest case, I'd say, but I think it's Jerry all the way.
Jerry's just representative as a whole.
Exactly. She wore the Union Jack the dress. She's got the big wild hair. Like she embodies
left first.
She embodies a bit of all of them. Kind of like she's almost like the Voltron, like what they become. She's got the Union Jack, like the loud dress. She's got the high, like the platform shoes, like the platform heels, the big hair.
All have platform heels.
No, Sporty never wore platform heels. Come on, please get real.
Well, okay,
thank you very much. But baby,
all she ever wore was running shoes.
But Emma's thing was wearing huge platform shoes, right? She's I think like maybe the second best singer in the group, so she kind of has that's her part of Mel C, because Mel C's the best singer.
Yeah. Here's a question: how old is Emma Bunton, Baby Spice?
Oh, playing the celebrity age game again.
Well, this one's fun because she was known as Baby. So
Baby
45.
Baby is 40 years old.
Oh, you're both kind of right. She's 42. Andy just barely wins that.
That's right.
All right. Well, that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see. I really looks like. I mean, I haven't watched any of it. I know everyone probably watched an episode last night, but the Bachelor games. It really looks like Kevin, the Canadian kisses maybe like 5 or 10 women. So
Wicked.
I'm
He
pretty
definitely kisses Ashley I, which is wicked. Deanie Babies
and what's her-
gets it on with that Japanese girl, it looks like.
I watched the beginning, and the Japanese girl is a whole lot of fun.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
I can't wait. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I will have seen it by the time we record our show on.
Oh, our friend James Paul asked for Crystal to come back. So,
right.
She's come back to say goodbye to everybody.
Oh, Crystal, are you here?
I am here. Hi.
Oh, hey, Crystal. You know what? I just want to play before you go. I know you came here to just say goodbye, but actually, I want
I
to.
just came to say goodbye because it's a learning experience.
Oh,
say
yes.
goodbye.
Say goodbye. It is. Yeah, you can learn things from saying goodbye. Sure. I wanted to do this though. How old is Meatloaf? Crystal, do you know how old Meatloaf is?
25.
Okay.
Do you know who Meatloaf is?
Yeah. Do you know who Meatloaf is, Crystal?
Yeah, he's the guy who sings Uptown Funk.
Okay. That is not
That-
true. That's Bruno Mars.
Bruno
I
Mars.
You know what? At least you didn't say.
Bruno Mars is 50.
At least you didn't say he's a meatloaf, which is kind of what I thought you were about to say right there.
That's true. I guess we got to give her points for that.
Just
so.
points for knowing meatloaf
Oh,
is not a meatloaf.
I make meatloaf out of stuff I grind up stuff like pillows in my apartment and I eat it.
Oh my god, that's not healthy. I thought you were like a
That's
health
terrible.
blogger or something.
Yeah, it's not meat. So as long as it's not meat. I'm learning so much. Can
No,
I
you're
just have a
not. You keep
speech?
saying you're learning so much, and you're not learning anything. You use pillows to make meatloaf. Anyways,
Oh,
maybe it's
I'm
best we say
melting.
goodbye.
I'm melting.
You're melting.
I'm melting.
She is
Oh
melting.
my god, she
Oh,
melted.
She's gone.
She's a puddle.
She turned into
She's
a puddle.
of it kind of looks like milk that's been soaked, or bread that's been soaked in milk. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of chunky. It's a chunky puddle.
Yeah, it's a chunky puddle. Didn't know meatloaf.
Ew, a chunky puddle.
How old's meatloaf, Glenn? How old's meatloaf?
How old's Meatloaf?
70.
Oh, 68.
Sarah, you said
Oh,
7?
I was close.
Sarah, what did you say?
70.
You are right. He's 70 years old.
Ooh, spot on.
Oh, I thought Glenn was giving the answer.
Oh, no. I said I may have spoken like I knew that definitively, but that was
You
just
did.
it was a
You
confident
did,
guess is
Glenn.
what it was.
You might be good on. You might trick Alex Trebek on the old.
You can't trick Alex
If you
Trebek.
just-
He has the answers right there. That's not how that
No,
Good at
works.
that.
I think Glenn could go on and be like,
Convince him that he knows the answers and that
convince him that he
the answer they have is wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's not on the paper, but you said it so confidently
Yeah.
that you know what?
You know what? Sure.
I'm good at that game Malarkey or there's
Balderdash?
Malarkey's the Balderdash. Yeah, I'm good at that game.
Malarkey's good too. Malarkey's similar, where you have to make
Yeah,
up
very
stuff on the spot. Yeah.
It's a game of white lies.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah,
Well,
it's fun
anyways, let's wrap this up. This was a great
Yeah.
episode. Becca sadly is gone. Cien sadly is gone.
Yeah, but great season.
Yep.
I think I'm excited for what's next, and I cannot predict what's going to happen. So let's just run it down one more time. Who do you guys think is going to win? I'm saying Lauren B.
Becca.
Becca.
Two Beccax and Lauren B.
I
Beccac.
kind of think it's Lauren B, but they want us to think it's Lauren B, so it's not. It's Becca. It's Becca K.
Okay,
Beccac.
okay.
Who do we think he's gonna bring to the rooms? I think it's gonna be Kendall, Lauren B, and Beccac.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think it's gonna be Tia. I think Tia's in the rooms. I think that's why Raven doesn't like him so much.
Oh, interesting. I agree with Sarah though. I still think Tia's gone after hometowns.
I think it's Tia, Beccac, and Lauren B. I think
Okay,
he
okay.
gets rid of
Alright.
Kendall.
Let's try to remember that for next time to see we're right.
Sweet. All right.
We'll be back on. We'll get that up on Saturday. Hopefully, we'll talk about the Winter Games. Don't forget to watch it on Thursday, which probably is today if you're listening. I don't know. I don't want to confuse you, but yeah, get caught up on Bachelor Winter Games, and then we'll talk about it. And there's going to be some special guests, so stay tuned.
Sweet. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. If you want to contact us, you can reach out to us on social media. We're at The Bachelor Pod on Twitter, and individually, we're at Andy Hulbone,
At Glenn McCauley.
At Olivia McCauley.
At the Sarah Hillier, that's at sign TheSarahHillier.
If you want to support the show directly, you can go to patreon.com/thebachelorpod and donate there. Otherwise, we're thebachelorpod@gmail.com for an email, and thebachelorpod.ca, that's our website.